The South African landscape is extremely diverse, ranging from grasslands in the central and eastern parts of the country to savannas and bushland in the northeastern parts. This natural landscape has been rapidly changed over the last 200 years. Organized agriculture has replaced traditional subsistence farming. In some instances, these changes have caused drastic increases in fire hazards, which have resulted in disastrous fires killing people and destroying infrastructure.
In 2001, there was a major fire disaster in the Kruger National Park where 21 people lost their lives. And through that, we used some older satellite data at the time to actually map the sequence of events during that day. And within 2 days after the actual fire event, we were able to map the exact position where the fire started. We were able to map the spread of the fire during that day. We gave initial estimates of the size of the burn. We also then showed that if we had this type of information in a near real-time operational information system, we might have been able to save some of the lives of the people that lost their lives during that day.
A company seriously affected by wildfires is Eskom, Africa's largest power company. Eskom were prepared to fund a fire alert and information system to help combat line faults caused by fires underneath transmission lines.
One of the biggest advantages of AFIS we find these days, in addition to being an early warning system, is the fact that we are collecting statistical and historical data about fires. If we look at this map here, this shows the occurrence of all the fires and the faults. Where we have both of that, we have high-risk areas. And in that way, we are able to plan our burning programs. After we've determined the high-risk areas, and we ask working on fire to do the prepared burns for us prior to the fire season. They are a team that are well equipped and well trained, and of course they are very experienced in burning fires under power lines. When we started with our burning program, we realized that by burning our servitudes, we were providing the communities with fire breaks. And last year we burned something like 1,200 kilometers of fire breaks. This year we're planning to do something like 2,000 kilometers. Now these fire breaks under our power lines will, of course, in the end, help the communities to fight fires when they do occur in the air.
The Advanced Fire Information System is the first near real-time satellite-based fire monitoring system in Africa. The data are coupled with observations from Meteosat second generation.
We get two types of satellites that we use in our system. The one is polar orbiting satellites. Those are satellites that actually move between the North and the South Pole as the Earth is rotating, enabling us to get a full picture of the globe on a daily basis. The other type of satellite is the geostationary, which is located about 36,000 kilometers from Earth, located on the equator, and it moves at the same speed as the Earth, providing you with constant pictures. In the case of Meteosat second generation that we use, we get every 15 minutes a new image of Africa and Europe.
The Advanced Fire Information System Field Terminal has been developed for users that need near real-time fire information in remote areas where internet access is limited or unavailable.
So with that in mind, we were looking at a new development within AFIS that could bring the data to the user, and from there we developed the AFIS Field Terminal. Now the AFIS Field Terminal eliminates any need for internet connection. It's based on a system called GeoNetcast. GeoNetcast is the way through which EUMETSAT actually disseminate their data these days. And that has really revolutionized the way we disseminate information. And that's allowed us now to develop these things like the AFIS Field Terminal and get the right information to the right person within a very short period of time.
Also, several fire bases stress the necessity to expand the Advanced Fire Alert System.
In the past, fire detection was only done in high-value plantation areas through camera detection systems and fire lookouts. Since the introduction of AFIS, we can detect fires countrywide. The benefits are that we've got a much clearer picture of what's happening with threatening fires and fires starting, so it's the tools to manage fires on our initiative staff. AFIS has been very successful, and we were lucky to be able to introduce additional requirements and changes which enhanced the project even more over the last period that we've been using it.
Now what we did for Nelspruit was to give them the opportunity to refine the specific fires they're looking at. This application allows them now to only see fires related to their specific need. And that's why here we only see fires that are close to plantations. It's actually identified with a PL when a fire is in a plantation, or it will actually show urban when the fire is close to an urban area.
AFIS is primarily aimed at supporting natural resource managers by helping them understand when and where fires occur.
From this inspection to where this field monitor is actually placed, we do look after 1.8 million hectares of land. Some of it is really high-value state plantations, but a huge amount of that is also farmland, and also some of it falls in rural settlement areas. So currently, with the new system that we have, we can detect a new fire that starts. We can use the imagery, go and get the latitude and longitude pinpointed on a map, and then at least send a spotter plane out there to go and do a reconnaissance. This gets calculated into a fire danger index that is sent out to a huge amount of people outside, either via an email report in a specific format or with a bulk SMS messaging system. So everybody that is a SPA member will have the fire danger rating of the 10 o'clock real-time data and the 2 o'clock forecast with them to plan the days, and also if a wildfire starts, to be able to know what the expectation of the fire behavior will be. It'll cut down on the whole time frame from initial detection to dispatch to the physical fire suppression operation that will start and be completed. So the time frames will become much shorter and much more effective. Obviously, in the end, cutting down in the losses.